So as you can see, it's a busy old day here at Runcorn in Cheshire. One train's just left towards Birmingham, there's another one departs heading to Liverpool. And it's just started to snow as well. It's still very much winter, it's still cold, even though we're now into the final weekend of February. And this is where my trip begins today. Let's leave the station and I'll talk in a bit. Well, that is a train heading to the capital, leaving here in a few minutes' time. However, I've just come into the toilets to update you with what's happening today, football-wise. There's 6 3 o'clock kickoffs. Sorry, there's 5 3 o'clock kickoffs and 1 lunchtime game now, so 6 Premier League games in all today. And it is Fulham versus Stoke from Craven Cottage. Now it's 1 o'clock and we're already 15 minutes in, but it is still 0-0. Indeed, the game kicked off at 1:45, but I've been listening to the first 15 minutes travelling up here on the train. With very poor reception, I must say. Something about travelling on London Midland trains, unfortunately. But we've not missed any goals, which is the most important thing. The only real action so far has been Brian Ruiz, the Costa Rican, the Fulham forward, given a yellow card for deliberately directing the ball into the net with his hand. So a good spot by the officials, but that's just about the only chance so far. So I think we're up to date with everything. Let's go. Well, we're now outside, and as I mentioned just earlier, it is starting to snow. But it's not too cold. I've got a good jumper on, so I'll be fine. And after all that faffing about we've done, we're nearly half an hour into this match. It is still 0-0 though. And Zonzi could have been red carded, the Stoke player, but only got a yellow, and the Fulham fans are not very happy with him. But not really that much to report goals-wise, or indeed chances. Nearly half an hour gone, it's 0-0 by the banks of the River Thames. One of 4 games in the Premier League from Greater London this weekend. Well, there's Runcorn Bridge, just ahead, and Runcorn Station bus stop, presumably. About half an hour gone, as I say. And it's Fulham that are on top at the moment, but still 0-0 here. Yeah, it's fascinating yet very frustrating if you're a motorist trying to drive through Runcorn, because it's quite a complex road system. Not that I have to worry, seeing as I'm on foot, as I am most of the time. In fact, stay with me, because quite an interesting pedestrian bridge we're going over. There we are, with the railway just to the left. And if we walk a little bit further to the right, you've got the main road. There it is. Ooh, and Fulham there. Fulham came close. Karagounis and I think Ruiz were involved in that build-up. A chance for Fulham there. Now if we go straight ahead at this point, we're going to end up in a residential area down towards the River Mersey. We're going this way, however. It's only our second visit to Runcorn, at least featured on the videos this season, and probably the last as well. But I always visit Runcorn at least twice a season, often more, to be honest. If this is my final visit to Runcorn this season, I'll probably visit more than twice next season. Yes, it's quite an interesting walk, this. And now here, you can see the busy dual carriageway to my right. But we're on the left of that. Yeah, more than half an hour gone now. Craven Cottage is still 0-0. The weather in West London, 190 odd miles southeast of here, quite similar to what it is up here, to be honest. Cold, cloudy, with a sprinkling of snow. Right, my arm's hurting after 2.5 minutes of filming. You'll find out where I'm going in a minute. Yeah, the Bridgewater Expressway, that road's called to my right. Now, Runcorn definitely has its fair share of canals. There's a Manchester Ship Canal, which is the one that runs adjacent to the River Mersey, at least in this area. And there's this canal here. And it won't be the first time, and it certainly won't be the last time this season that I walk along a canal listening to a football match, because that's what I'm doing today. Basically, this canal goes roughly west-east into the eastern suburbs of Runcorn, and we're going to walk along that and then eventually turn round and come back again. Stoke are currently in possession, probably about 6 or 7 minutes until half time, as a guess, as we go up the stairs. Well, it's now very much a winter wonderland feel as the snow comes down a bit more heavily. Yeah, no offence to Stoke, but to be honest, when I saw that this was a lunchtime kick-off this week, I wasn't expecting it to be an 8-goal thriller exactly, but you never know. So yeah, the canal effectively ends over there. We're going this way. Yeah, 41 minutes on the clock now. So yeah, nearly half time. You get a lot of anglers and fishing along this canal, although with the weather today, I doubt it. Fulham in possession, and John Onorisa just had a volley which was cleared. They're still attacking. This is a nice area. And by the way, we're just about to enter stoppage time at Craven Cottage. Nearly half time. It's still 0-0, and it's not been the most inspiring half, in all honesty. A half that's been rather starved of opportunities. Yeah, strange old day weather-wise. It's snowing, but it's also sunny as we speak. Another day, another bridge. You'll find quite a lot of these. And as for that noise, I think it's just a bird in one of the trees above. Well, you might have not heard it, but it was like this. Goo, 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 goo. Oh my word! What a moment! This game will not be going in 0-0. There's been a goal, and a wonder goal at that. The old master, Dimitar Berbatov. What a finish. A volley from about 16 yards out on the turn. The Fulham fans erupt, and it's 1-0 to the home side. What a goal, what a moment that was. And a rather stale first half has just been sweetened with a brilliant sweetener of a goal. And the commentator just said that that was worth the admission alone. I totally agree with him. Certainly one I'm going to look forward to a match of the day. And there is a half-time whistle, and the Fulham fans are very, very pleased with their team, and especially Dimitar Berbatov. It's 1-0 to Fulham at half-time. And now I'm going to try and find somewhere to stop for a rest and eat some food. See you for the second half. A couple of my old duck friends have come to see me. No, let's be brutally honest, there's only one reason why they've approached me. I just threw them a bit of my donut a couple of minutes ago, and they both had a piece and both enjoyed it. And now that I've got no donut left, they're duly making their way onwards and off the shop. Well, after stopping for 5 minutes and feeding the ducks, I'm on my way again. And the players will be coming out the tunnel at Craven Cottage in a few minutes' time. It is still half-time at the moment as we go under yet another bridge. So let's keep walking and get out of the way of this cyclist. Very good. Just passing under Bridgewater Expressway once again. And the players are out. And in fact, the second half has just kicked off. Dimitar Berbatov's 400th Premier League appearance today. And what a way to mark it. And it's Fulham that have started very well at the beginning of this second half. I'm being positive. The snow sort of died down, and
As long as there's no heavy snow, we'll be fine. Incidentally, I've not decided yet how far I'm going to go before turning back, because after this we're going to listen to some of the 3 o'clock action. BBC Radio Merseyside for Norwich versus Everton at Carrow Road. Yes, I featured the reverse fixture at Goodison Park in late November. A game where Everton took an early lead, but Norwich equalised in the last minute. And there we go, yes. Fulham leading and in possession. So, on BBC Radio 5 Live's lunchtime commentary, Fulham still lead by a goal to 0. So, in BBC Radio 5 Live's lunchtime kickoff, Fulham still lead 1-0. And Stoke have had virtually nothing in the way of opportunities in this game. And they need to change something soon. Well, this is an opportunity for Stoke to free kick just outside the Fulham penalty box, the penalty area. And the Potters today are in a red and blue striped away kit. A bit similar to Barcelona, apparently. The next goal is crucial in this match, because if it goes to Fulham, it's good night Stoke. You get the impression, really. But if Stoke get it, then anything can happen. So, the free kick's just about to be taken. And Schwarzer, the Fulham keeper, trying to organise his defenders. Here we go. Just stay with me. It probably won't come to anything, but let's see if it does. 9 minutes gone in the second half. Flock of pigeons have just crossed the pitch. Or seagulls. Yeah, a flock of pigeons landed on the pitch for a few seconds there. A flock of pigeons, a group of pigeons. Yeah, I'm not sure what the correct terminology is for a group of them. And it was very much an anticlimax. It's just hit the wall and come to nothing immediate. So much for that. Here's a moment. Stoke City have won a penalty. Here's a big moment, potentially anyways. Stoke have won a penalty. Here's a big moment. Stoke City have a... Here's a big moment. Stoke City have a penalty. I think it was the Jager, the Fulham player, that handled the ball. I think, in fact, it hit both arms. In any case, it's a Stoke penalty coming up in a minute. I just heard Jonathan Walters, that missed 2 penalties against Chelsea earlier in the season, is going to take it against another West London club. So I'll switch the camera on in a second when it's taken. Well, I'm just backpedaling at the moment. Yeah, watching this charge of the Ducks. Charge of the Ducks Brigade, there it is. Yeah. Again, I think they're in anticipation of hopefully getting some food from me. Sorry, fellas. I finished my lunch 20 minutes ago. Enjoy your day, though. Well, after those Ducks passing now, Walters is about to take the penalty. I think it's Walters anyway. Stoke have a penalty. Here it is. He saved it! Mark Schwarzer saved it! And it is still 1-0 to Fulham. The West London supporters will be very happy about that. 1-0 to Fulham it remains. A great save. And Stoke just can't score away from home. And we're 12 minutes into the second half. And I just get the impression Stoke are going to probably go home regretting that miss. With 33 points on the board and in 10th place, they're pretty much safe in my opinion. No relegation fears for Stoke. Fulham still on 29 points, looking over their shoulders a little bit. They probably do need a few more points yet. So Fulham have more of the impetus to go and get the points, and they're on course for them at the moment. We're now past the hour mark as Fulham prepare to take a corner. Karagounis is going to swing it in. And it's saved by the keeper. So it remains 1-0 to the home side. Yeah, less than half an hour left, 1-0 to the home side it is. Well, on paper, I said to myself, this has got to be a 1-0 or a 2-1 home win. These are two teams that traditionally do very well at home and stay up every season because of their home form, but rarely win on the road and don't score many away from home either. And the fact that Stoke beat Fulham in November at the Britannia Stadium, and the fact that Fulham are winning Stoke by the same score at Craven Cottage now, perhaps it's not so surprising. But Berbatov's stunner, if that does prove to be the winner, it was a goal worth winning any match. At least that's what I'm hearing it was. I've not seen it yet. Hello, Swan. There it goes. Yeah, midway through the second half now, probably about just over 20 minutes left. And Berbatov's stunner is still winning it for Fulham. Yeah, so don't be surprised if it finishes 1-0, that's all I'm saying. To be fair though, Fulham do deserve to be 1-0 up even without the volley, because they have been the better side in my opinion, I think. Well, as you can see, it's becoming increasingly rural now that we're out of Runcorn, several miles east of the main built-up area. And the path has also come to an end on this side, so we're crossing this quaint little bridge. And it's and Fulham continues to dominate. They've just had another chance, narrowly wide. And the weather continues to improve, so I can't complain. And we're going to keep walking for a little bit longer. In fact, here we're quite close to where we visited on the opening weekend of the season, all the way back in August. Well, there's still 14 minutes left. However, the atmosphere's just died down a little bit recently. Fulham's still very comfortable though. Well, a few minutes ago, Fulham had a chance that was just deflected wide. And at the other end, Stoke had a corner which Robert Hoot headed wide. As the echoes are very significant under this bridge. And I've just decided, yeah, we're probably going to turn round about now, I think. And these two benches and this map is just the place. So, as I show you the some random abandoned wasteland there, we are officially turning the clock around, turning the path around at least. 10 minutes left and the crowd have gone very quiet. Stoke just so blunt up front, just don't create very much, and they're going to rue that missed penalty as it stands. I think just before we start to walk back towards Runcorn, I'm going to zoom into this map, and this will be more. It will make it more clear to you where we've gone. The green lines, as far as I'm concerned, I think they're the canals, aren't they? Yes, the green lines are the canals. That is the canal network. And you are here towards the top left corner is where we are. And it's a few miles, about 2 or 3 miles west of there is where Runcorn Centre is, where we've come from. So as you can see, it's actually, we haven't gone as far as I thought. It's still from A in the top left of the map to B towards the bottom right. It's another good couple of miles. And the B, where it says Preston Brett Marina, that's where we visited twice early on in the season, and we'll do so again later on this season. So we're going from A left off the map. Let's go then. All of a sudden, a few minutes have passed and we're into stoppage time, and there's 4 minutes of it. So Fulham closing in on 3 points, and unsurprisingly I think Berbatov has just been announced as the home team's man of the match. As for Stoke, they had the best defence of the season, didn't they? The best defence in the league in the first few months of the season. That's all fallen apart now, and it's no clean sheet in 9 matches and 19 conceded in 9. That's more than 2 a game. So frustration for Tony Pulis, but Fulham look like they're going to win. It's finished, and Stoke pushed and pushed for an equaliser in the final minute or 2 of stoppage time. There were 4 minutes of stoppage time, and in the final one of them, they pushed for an equaliser, but they couldn't get it. A great day for Fulham, They take the points, move up to 32 points, just a point behind Stoke, and are now 9 clear of the drop zone. Great day for Fulham, and they should be safe now. And it will definitely, well, not definitely, but it will almost certainly be yet another season of Premier League survival. And this is Fulham's 12th consecutive season, the big time, and it looks like it's going to be 13. So well done to Fulham, well done to them. Now, I'm going to start walking back, and I'll switch the camera on in about half an hour for the 3 o'clocks. And I will feature Norwich versus Everton. Bye for now, see you in a bit. Well, it's just a few minutes until 3 o'clock. The players are coming out the tunnel at Carrow Road, and there's a Premier League jingle playing loud and proud from East Anglia. Norwich versus Everton is coming up, along with 4 other Premier League games, so let's go. A long trip from west to east across England for the Evertonians and the Toffees. Always seem to sell out their away allocations at Premier League matches. They do travel well, with a very popular and devoted fan base. And today is no exception. There's actually a train service from Liverpool to Norwich direct from Lime Street, where we were earlier, but it takes 5.5 hours apparently. So I imagine some of the Evertonians might have been on that. Well, they have now kicked off at Carrow Road, and it's one of 5 kickoffs, one of 5 games currently in progress. And as soon as goals go in from any of the 5, you'll hear about them. Meanwhile, the ever busy Bridgewater Expressway is there, and just a bit further up in the middle of the shot, behind them trees, Runcorn Bridge marks the route home. And in Britain's ever tempestuous climate that we have, we sure do have fascinatingly unpredictable weather, don't we? Remember, it was dry but snowing slightly earlier on. It's now notably milder, and it's actually raining a little bit. So we've had a bit of everything in one day in terms of the weather. Wow, Norwich there came close to taking the lead with their shot or header that just ended up on the roof of the net. And they're still on top. Remember, neither team can do the double on one another after a 1-1 draw at Goodison 3 months ago. And in those 3 months, a lot has happened. And just after telling you Norwich had started so well, since then Everton have forced 2 saves out of the Norwich keeper. The second one from Jelovic, and that would have been a very good goal apparently. Everton a dangerous team this season, and they've proven their point, but it's still goalless. Well, as we pass under Bridgewater once again, now seems a good time to tell you about the first Premier League goal of the 3 o'clock kickoffs. And it's come at the Emirates. Arsenal, shockingly, 2 home defeats in the space of 3 days in the FA Cup and the Champions League. Desperate for a win against Aston Villa, who themselves are needing points in their fight to stay up, just above the drop zone at the moment. It's gone to Arsenal. The 2 teams first alphabetically, the 2 teams beginning with A in the Premier League. Yep, beginning with A in the Premier League, meeting at the Emirates, and Santi Cazorla has given Arsenal the lead inside 10 minutes. 1-0 to the Arsenal in that match. Yet another bridge, although a bridge that we went under earlier on. 15 minutes gone, still 0-0 at Carrow Road. Interesting how the buildings to the left, literally right on the edge of the canal. Yeah, probably dating from the Industrial Revolution. Well, certainly a while ago. I mean, I'm no architect expert. Just the 1 goal in the Premier League so far in these 5 3 o'clocks. And of course it came at the Emirates, where Arsenal, through Cazorla, are ahead against Villa. Well, we're getting closer to Runcorn now, and you can see the Runcorn Bridge is getting bigger. We're even closer now. And by the way, 25 minutes gone in the 3 o'clock kickoffs. Still just a 1 goal from Arsenal in the 3 PM games. Just the 1 goal so far. So just 2 goals all weekend up to now. both for home teams, both for London teams. But yeah, 25 minutes gone. Quite an even affair at Carrow Road. It's 0-0 though. Will Norwich's first choice keeper, John Ruddy, still injured presumably, or if not out of favour, as it's Mark Bunn once again in goal. And the last 3 meetings, not just the one earlier this season, but the last 3 have been drawn, apparently. As we go under the bridge that we got on the canal at, I think. In fact, no, I think we've gone past it. Yes, indeed we have. And we're actually at the end of the canal almost. And we're going to wind down the first half by walking through a few streets and get the train at 10 to 4 just when it's half time, and then I'll decide what we do in the second half later on. Half an hour gone in the 3 o'clock kickoffs. Still 0-0 at Carrow Road, but Manchester United are ahead away at QPR. I've not heard who scored it, but it is QPR 0, Man United 1. And as it's bottom versus top, perhaps it's not a surprising score at all. Well, this board documents a history of Bridgewater Canal in a nutshell. There it is. We're heading off the canal now and walking into that big semicircular dark hole, the tunnel. Over half an hour gone now. 2 goals in the Premier League so far for Arsenal and for United. We await news on any more. But a feisty affair at Carrow Road, but it remains 0-0. Yep, Tim Howard, Everton's goalkeeper, his 300th appearance today. And through we go. And we will slowly wind our way back to the station, and we should be there in 10 minutes. Going under 2 major flyovers here. All those big concrete supports and concrete slabs. And the railway bridge is that one, just in the middle of the shop. Great save from Tim Howard, preventing Norwich through Grant Hall, and a curling shot, preventing them from taking the lead. As we get ever nearer Runcorn Station. And it's been a good visit today too, I'm happy. The weather's been alright. There could have been a few more goals at Craven Cottage, but it's been a good day so far. And that blue sign indicates that we should turn left. By the way, there has been another goal in the Premier League now, and it's come in a different match to the other 2. And it's West Brom 1, Sunderland 0. We listened to a lunchtime kick-off in Wigan and Warrington the end of November when West Brom went to Sunderland and won 4-2. Oh! Everton have taken the lead at Norwich just as I'm filming. It's a great goal as the away travelling Merseyside contingent celebrate. Leon Osmond with a header. Norwich 0, Everton 1. What timing, what a moment. Just before that though, I was telling you that Lukaku scored West Brom's goal, putting them on track to do the double over Sunderland. So now 4 goals in 4 different Premier League games. And Everton, Arsenal, Man United are and West Brom. Everton, Arsenal, Man United and West Brom are the 4 highest placed teams in the league that are playing right now, and they're all leading in their matches. Coincidence? I don't think so. Or is it? And we're nearly back at Runcorn Station, that is. And it is half time in the 3 o'clock game, so just on quarter 4, here's our train, let's get on it. Well, we're just at Lime Street Station now, in the underground bit, waiting for our train home to the Wirral. Yeah, well, I've not listened to the game at the moment because I can't get the reception, but we're on the hour mark in all the games. It's 4:15. Extraordinary developments at Reading. We thought it was 0-0, but it's not. It's Reading 0, Wigan 3, and Wigan are playing with a 1-minute advantage. The other games are still as they were, but there's my train, I've got to get it now. And there goes the train as we arrive back at Little Sutton. Well, we've been listening to the second half of the Norwich-Everton game on the train home, and all the matches from 3 o'clock have just finished in the last few minutes. But what an extraordinary day it's been at Carrow Road. The Canaries are singing happy times in East Anglia. Just like at Goodison Park earlier in the season, Everton were made to pay for not taking their chances, and Norwich scored a late equaliser from a corner, header from a corner, I think it was, from Kamara, with just 2 or 3 minutes left. But this time they went one better, and they won it in the last minute of stoppage time. Absolutely incredible. And Everton, solid so much this season, have finally been undone. An extraordinary match, it really was. And just to think, Arsenal were drawing and Everton were winning at one point midway through the second half, because Villa equalised at Norwich early on in the second half, presumably. But then, in a matter of minutes, Everton conceded the equaliser and Arsenal went 2-1 up, Cazorla getting the second one as well, and they won. So Arsenal won, Everton lost. A painful blow for Everton in their battle for a top 4 or top 5 place. Just, that's the Premier League for you, and it's been an extraordinary afternoon. In the other 3 games, Man United cantered in second gear to victory at QPR. Well, I assume they did. Ryan Giggs added a second goal in the second half, so it was 2-0 when I last heard. Presumably that's how it finished. 2 goals and 2 for him after scoring against Everton, ironically, 2 weeks ago. West Brom 2, Sunderland 1, we think it finished there. West Brom went 2 up, Lukaku again, and Sessegnon got one back for Sunderland, but we think it finished 2-1, so a league double over the Black Cats for West Brom. And in the other game, it was extraordinary. It was 0-0 coming into half-time, but Wigan took the lead through Kone just before half-time, and then got another one through him again right at the end of the first half as well. And then they added a third in the second half, and a Reading player got a straight red card for violent conduct. I think he stamped on the opponent's ankle or something like that anyways. So very interesting match there. And as well as Fulham winning Stoke earlier on, it's been another extraordinary day in the Premier League. Man United 15 points clear, the title race effectively done and dusted in late February. But they've only won one of the last 3 Premier League crowns, so they do seem to run off with it when they win it, but they are susceptible to losing titles as well in this ever-competitive Premier League. But every other aspect of the Premier League table is yet to be decided and won't be decided until the very end. Brilliant, brilliant day.